All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here on Cloud Kingdom for map number 2 of the Acer TeamStory Cup. Best of 9 Team League match between Axiom and MVP. Spawning in the top right position as the red Terran player. Handsome Devil from Axiom Esports. It is Ryung, who opened up with a very solid Terran versus Protoss against Billowy. Billowy did a little bit of trickery there, but one of the nice things about being a Korean Terran is that people who do tricky things just kind of die to you. So, Ryung feeling quite confident. In fact, he's so confident we're going to see a 2 barracks proxy on this map as this SCV does meander its way across the field. And his opponent in the bottom left position, the blue Zerg player coming in from Team MVP, it is Sniper. So Ryung, I mean, I'm going to talk about players. He walked into that game and he sometimes you say the guy had to put his big boy pants on. Ryung came with the big boy pants on. And he pretty much just completely smacked down Billowy. Now, he scouted that really fast. That's a bit unfortunate. There's reasons why we don't proxy next to the watchtowers. This little drone's like, he's like, Ryung, I want you. I saw you place it. I want your SCV. And Ryung's like, nah, I'm keeping this barracks here. He brings the SCV over, gets a little bit of fisticuffs with Sniper's drone, but it will prevent Ryung from throwing down a second bunker. So I do think that Ryung's just going to end up doing a 1 barracks fast expand with this proxy barracks. As long as he can finish the barracks, then he's fine. Another SCV coming up here to help fight these drones off, but I don't think Ryung's going to be able to finish this barracks. This is a really tough spot to be in. Thankfully, he only started 1, and Ryung kind of got lucky that he can go command center first still out of this. But he is going to be a little bit behind now, as well. He kind of built it in front of the tower, so it doesn't really matter how confident you are when you try to build your base right in your opponent's face. It's not that difficult for them to find some sort of way to swat at you and tell you to go elsewhere. Now, Sniper, he's not doing anything weird himself. He went for the hatchery first. He has the spawning pool on the way. And the gas now being taken for Ryung. So Ryung's pretty much just doing what every Terran player usually does versus Zerg when they're not proxy 2-raxing. And that's, well, just macroing hard. So the command center first, into the barracks, into the gas. If you guys tuned in to the IEM Shanghai 2013 qualifiers stage 2 this morning, I believe Ryung lost a very long TVT to reality. But we saw a lot of Terran versus Zerg, at least, in this, kind of revolving around this standard opening of the command center, the barracks, the gas. And it's not that bad that it's behind because, I mean, he is Terran, so it's not like having your build slowed down can really lose you the game that badly. We could see Ryung do a wide variety of mid-game harass styles. Sniper, I'm trying to talk about what Sniper's doing. Like, try not to be a biased caster or whatever, but he's not doing anything. He's just droning. The queens are out. There's no gas. We could see a 3rd base. I think that's probably the most likely thing right now from Sniper. And the SCV will get in for Ryung. He's going to say, what are you doing? Realizes there's actually nothing going on here. He's like, okay, carry on. The SCV might die, but if you're trying to get a scout in past 5 minutes against a Zerg, that just happens. So the SCV's dead. Sniper immediately takes a gas. 3 gases. Oh, boy. See, this is the tricky thing. As far as Zerg builds go versus Terran with aggression, double gas at 5 minutes can be a roach all-in. It can be 2 base, lair timing. But 3 gases at 5 minutes and like 20, 30 seconds, it's like I took it a little bit later, so I need to get more gas to make it happen at the same time. And that's what it's going to be. We have a roach warren on the way. Ryung, however, went up for a fast 2nd gas. So what I'm feeling is that we could see either a fast starport for Banshees, or we could see an armory, and it will be the armory for Ryung. Keep in mind, guys, Hellbats were nerfed. They don't insta-win you games anymore, or at least they don't instantly win you games without having to put your back into it. So Ryung's gonna find himself in a little bit of trouble here. Hellbats are technically, they're as strong as they were against roaches, but to be a little bit blunt, Hellbats kind of suck versus roaches in head-to-head fights if you don't have a lot of medevacs. And there is a starport on the way, but the timing that this Roach attack is going to hit at is really before Ryung has more than maybe 2 Hellbats tops. There's actually not even really many Marines being built. There's a tech lab. I'm liking the tech lab on the barracks. This Hellion, you know, this Hellion's got to be the Paul Revere of the Terran force here. He needs to spot. He needs to say the Roaches are coming. The Roaches are coming. Get some bunkers. Get some additional defenses up here, because right now this is going to be tough. We even have a Baneling nest on the way for Sniper. Ryung choosing not to scout this game, or at least do a follow-up scout of a scan, is going to be vulnerable to an attack from the Zerg player. Now he sees the Roaches. This is the part where, as the Terran player, you're kind of slouching at your computer, you're playing, and then all of a sudden you kick your desk, straightening up and realizing what's going on. 2 bunkers on the way behind the main wall, but are they going to be in here in time is the question. Now, there is going to be a big Baneling morph in, 13 of them. That's 20 seconds. That should buy enough time for some of these bunkers to finish, perhaps. But with just this setup, moving the Hellbat drop out, it's like you're sending someone out, but really you need to have some people at home, because this is going to be a super strong attack to stop from Sniper. And here we go. The Banelings are moving in immediately. The first bunker, it's like it didn't even exist. Ryung is going to get slapped here. And this is one of the things that can happen when your build gets slowed down by that proxy failure. And Sniper's just going to bust right on in. I don't see any way that Ryung can hold this. He's going to do the Hellbat drop. The Hellbat's fighting against the Queen, but that's not going to be enough. There's 2 Marauders, 3 or 4 Hellbats, but there's so many Banelings, it doesn't even matter. He can just blow through absolutely everything with that splash damage. These SCVs are clumped up, hiding for their lives. They're asking the Hellbats to protect them, but unfortunately, these Hellbats are no Supermen, and here the Banelings are just going to blow everything up here, destroying all of these units. GG, Ryung taps out, and Sniper will even up a very fast game number 2 here for the Acer TeamStory Cup, powered by Intel. And that was Sniper saying, okay, Ryung looked really good in game 1, but I feel like the proxy location, he just kind of shot himself in the foot. I think Ryung knows better than to proxy right next to the watchtower. Any Zerg that does a drone scout is going to touch the tower, or at least walk around that ramp area. But we'll have to see who Axiom is going to send in next for game number 2. Don't go anywhere, guys. That'll be coming up literally right now. We